So today we are reacting to some more random animation short films. um, we're gonna start off with a video I stumbled upon from Game Theory about the game Stray I talked about last time. I feel like this video is probably going to give you a better understanding of the game since I most likely will not replay the game. I am sad that I don't have the game footage from the last time I played. So, or actually the first time I played the game. But we're gonna just watch this video first so you guys have a better understanding of the game. The game is amazing. It won a lot of awards during the time when it came out. And you will probably understand why in this video, but if you don't, I'll just say it is a really amazing game. Everybody should play the game. It is very easy to play as well. It's not super hard. And it's a wonderful story about a little kitty and his adventures. Okay, let's jump right in.
So let me get this straight. You just play as a cat?
Yeah, that's it. It's great. Haven't you ever wondered what it's like being a cat?
No.
Oh, come on.
I have a cat. He sleeps a lot. And when he's not sleeping, he's just a jerk.
What? Skip is a sweetheart.
Observe.
But that was just a...
And
That's
again.
cute.
And again.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Only
And again.
pause. Throw and pause.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the most perfect show in all the internet. Sorry, that last pun was a catastrophe. But don't worry, I'll
Wise
stop, I'm just kidding
browser.
around. Woo! Okay, now that the bad puns are out of my system, let's talk about Stray, shall we? Following in the grand tradition of Keyboard Cat, Nyan Cat, Grumpy Cat, and Garfield, Stray is the internet's latest cat obsession. In it, you control a nameless stray cat roaming around a cyberpunk city that you quite literally fall into. It's a good thing that cats always land on their feet. We're also joined by a drone named B12, so if the cute cats don't get you, then the cute little robots will. Through a variety of pushing things off ledges, scratching on doors, and parkouring around the city, you know, typical cat stuff, you unlock B12's memories and the lore of the world, uncovering the truth of this underground city and what happened.
This is actually really informative. I was kind of worried it wasn't going to be that informative, but Game Theory, you're doing your thing. That's great. Okay. Yes, a little robot named B12 that you're unlocking a lot of B12's memories throughout the game. That is definitely a major part of the game. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm watching this. It's like literally all flooding back to me.
Happened to the humans that once lived inside it. It turns out the surface had become a barren wasteland, so in order to survive, the humans fled to these underground cities, creating robots called companions to assist them. Eventually, a plague developed, which wiped all the humans out. According to a note on the wall, this was around 2,544,875,556 days ago, or nearly 7 million years in the past. In the absence of humans, the companion robots begin to evolve into sentient machines and develop their own society. But our friend B12 here is different. He's special. A big reveal of the game is that B12 isn't just any robot, but rather a human scientist. A scientist who uploaded their consciousness to the network. This, therefore, makes them the last living, quote-unquote, human being. Kind of a bummer, then, that in the end, B12 has to sacrifice themselves in order to override the city's security and open access to the surface, which apparently is no longer barren, but instead full of green plants and armies of cats. The final shot of the game is our stray feline friend walking off into the sun as the electronic system at the edge of the underground city comes flickering back to life. And
I did not notice that.
I mean, guys, all you had to do was give me a game where I, le cat, get to purr and rub my face on things. I don't think anyone was expecting this much lore when they saw a big cat on the thumbnail. But we're talking a post-apocalyptic world, a plague, 7 million years of history. With all this, what more could a gamer want? Oh wait, I know, a theory. Because while everyone else is gushing over how cute the game is and how nice the ending is, I'm sitting here thinking that this cat, a cute little floofball, yeah, he just doomed the entire world. And it all comes down to that final shot of the game. The computers outside the city flickering on as our cat walks away. Now, pretty much everyone I've seen play this game has theorized that this is a sign that B12 isn't actually dead. That in using the network to open up the city, B12 may have sacrificed their robot body, but managed to upload their consciousness to the network and now lives on inside the city's systems. And you know what? That is a perfectly valid explanation that, honestly, I can't disprove. Me, though, I also have a perfectly valid explanation that can't be disproven. And mine is a whole lot darker while tying up some loose ends that never get addressed in the game. I don't think those screen flickers are B12. I think it's something way worse. I believe that by opening up the city, we've actually wound up killing the planet a second time. And all the clues are there inside the game, already pointing us in this direction. One thing that I haven't brought up yet in our analysis of Stray are the Zerk, these horrifying flesh creatures that chase after our little floof at various points throughout the game. We learned that the Zerk began as a bacteria developed by humans to eat away the garbage that was piling up in the underground city. Now, what's cool about this is that it's actually something that scientists are working on right now. In Japan, they've actually found a bacteria called Ideonella sakaiensis, which has developed the ability to eat plastic. Let's just hope that our scientists build in better safety precautions than what we see in Stray, because once the humans all die out, the Zerk suddenly grow out of control, evolving to the point where it no longer eats just trash, but everything in its path, including metal, which is gonna pose a direct threat to all our robot friends. Fortunately, we learned that the Zerk have one weakness, UV light, which means that when we open the city up to the light of the sun at the end of the game, we effectively eradicate all the Zerk in sight, watching them pop faster than a 13-year-old's pimple problem. We've beaten the monsters, the robots are safe, it's a happy ending for everyone, right? Not quite. You see, that heartwarming cutscene kind of glosses over the most horrifying moment that happened earlier in the game. Down in the sewers, hidden away from any sunlight, is the biggest infestation of Zerk, complete with fleshy walls, bulging birthing pods, and huge eyeballs. Again, not something I expected from a game whose main selling point is become cats, but this too has backing in science. It's been suggested that bacteria might have the ability to operate as a neural network, acting like the sort of hive mind that we see in the sewers in Stray. Bacteria can also develop more societal behaviors, with different bacteria performing different tasks. Some of the most notable are biofilms that form sticky sheets that can attach to non-living surfaces, and myxobacteria that form bulbous pustules, just like the fleshy walls and birthing pods of the Zerk that we see in the game. But the thing that most people are forgetting is that the biofilms and giant eyes that we see in the sewers of Stray aren't affected by UV light like the rest of the Zerk. You can swing your cat's UV weapon around all you want, but no matter how close you are or how long you hold the button down, the eyes continue to just stare at you. They cannot be killed. They have evolved beyond their weakness to UV light. So while the ending of the game wants us to believe that we've eradicated all the Zerk with the UV light of the sun, that's just not true. The strongest of the Zerk are still alive down there in the sewers, impervious to the same weakness of their smaller bacteria brothers. But okay, at least they're stuck in the sewers, right? Well, you would be right if it wasn't for one important detail. This guy right here, hanging from one of the walls in the sewers. That right there, my friends, is a robot. We've specifically been told that the Zerks eat metal. We see him try to consume Doc when you open the door for him. We see the rest of the robots act terrified when we first arrive in the city because they think that we're a Zerk trying to devour them. And yet, this robot here is in the middle of Zerk activity. He is literally surrounded by the stuff, and yet he's still alive. He hasn't been consumed. Why? Well, it's because the Zerk clearly don't want to eat him. Instead, they want to learn from him. He's being kept down here as a prisoner. But to understand why, we have to turn our attention back to our new friend, B12. As I've already mentioned, B12 is a human consciousness that's been downloaded into a drone body, the quote-unquote last surviving human. Prior to this, their consciousness was stored and alive in something called the network. Not much is known about the network. What we do know is that B12 was in it for so long, it somehow made him able to hack into most systems of the city and translate the language of the companion robots. The only other thing we know is that B12's human form was able to upload their mind to the network via a white pod looking like this. But that raises an interesting point. We see B12's pod in their lab at the start of the game, and yet there's a second white pod here. Clearly, B12 is not the only person that has uploaded their consciousness into the network. In fact, what if I told you that most of the other robots in this world act like humans because they are humans, or at least have human consciousness inside of them? In the same village where we find the second white pod, we encounter a robot who tells us that they love the smell of fresh paint, only to then remember that they can't smell anything. That's not something that you would fake to appear more human, nor is it something that an AI is just going to naturally develop over time. They are recalling an actual memory here, just like we see B12 recalling actual memories throughout the game. By collecting one of the memories down in Midtown, we see B12 talk about how they loved getting burgers from a particular place where the server's name began with an M. If If you go to the restaurant in Midtown, the server in the burger joint is called Matt B. The human consciousness that's inside of that server robot remembered his name. The memory is buried deep, but it's there, somehow influencing current actions. These robots didn't just evolve like the game tries to tell us. They're all humans that have downloaded their consciousnesses into robot bodies. They've existed for so long that they've forgotten that they were once human. It's why they eat food when they weren't built with digestive tracts. It's why they get haircuts despite not having any hair. Their human habits still take effect despite the memories having faded millions of years ago. In fact, we outright see confirmation of this in B12's lab. Take another look at the room where we see B12's pod. The pod isn't the only thing that's in there. It's connected to a bunch of wires, all of which are then connected to a robot that's sitting right next to it. The network was not meant to be B12's final destination, nor was the drone that he wound up in. Instead, they were trying to upload themselves to that companion bot, except we know that the transfer process didn't work out completely. They wound up inside the drone instead, which brings us all the way back around to our unfortunate robot friend that's imprisoned to the wall of the sewer, because if you look closely, you can see a lot of cables coming out of that robot and going into computer monitors. Active computer monitors. If humans were able to connect themselves into the network and transfer into the robots, then it's possible that this is what the Zerk are after as well. The hive mind can use this imprisoned robot to access the network, to learn from it, to potentially upload itself into the network, or to take it a step further, to download the hive mind into an army of robots, allowing them to traverse the landscape during the day, to reach facilities where they can then experiment and improve the Zerk's capabilities, to make them completely resistant to UV light. That is why the monitor flickering on at the end of the game is so ominous. It's not B12, it's the strain of Zerk from the sewers. The only thing they needed was the ability to circumvent the city's security, and we did exactly that for them. By opening the city, we gave them the key that they needed to escape, and in the process, we've doomed all of society. Didn't I tell you at the beginning of the episode? Cats are jerks. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Crazy. Theory. Cats are not jerks. Cats are really nice. My first son, he is very cute, very nice. That just blew my mind at like the whole outlook of the game, because in my head I'm like, oh my god, he freed the robots and the city is finally free, all the gremlins are dying, and then now having this point of view, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I did not notice the robot on the wall when I played it the first time, and I also forgot about the eyeballs and how they worked. They didn't die when I flashed the UV light. That's crazy. But the game is really good. I highly recommend Stray. The graphics were amazing for the game. And just to have the storyline of the robots communicating to each other with like beeps and boops, and just Milo the kitty. I love that too. I love like the minimalist vibe of like not having like a lot of dialogue. Most of it is reading, while you're enjoying the scenic atmosphere of a cyberpunk city and a kitty doing parkour, like they said, across different parts of the city. Okay, I love that. All right, game theory, you did your thing. Will be linked in the description below. Let's head over to the next one. It's called The Brightest Star, award-winning animated short film by Tom Swell. It says, when a curious child falls into a long-forgotten care, she is confronted by a mysterious spirit and must decide whether the being is kind-hearted or something, I guess, not kind. All right, let's jump right into it. See what it's about. Already like it so far because it has like this chalky style outline of the flowers. You can see it in the detail of the bee as well. It's like that crayon style outline. the brightest star. Oh, I love that. A lot of detail, like most of the attention of the detail is in the environment, and then it's very simple detail of the character. The butterfly, oh my god, English. The butterfly is very simple as well. But the environment is so nice. Like the rocks. You can see the different like shadowing on the rocks and the lighting. The way they make like the grass and the rocks super fluffy. Oh! Dang. Get up! You're okay! Oh, I love that. There is like dialogue, but it's very small, but it's like they're using dialogue with music. I love that. The music is telling the story as well as the animation. The swamp spirit. Cute. Oh. Yikes. Why are you trying to be scary? Scratch her knee. Wow. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, it's a little star. Or a little sparkle. Oh my god, how do you... Oh, there's a town... Oh, wait. Wow. Yeah, it's very like... Sorry, in my head, I'm like, this looks like Studio Ghibli. And I'm responding out loud, yeah, it's very Studio Ghibli. Yeah, it feels like it. Feels very Studio Ghibli vibes. Oh no, they're looking for the little girl. The bug is like, why am I so high up? Oh, something's riding on that cloud up there. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Wait, did the daughter drown? In the water? No. And there's like, if you see this, oh, I don't think you can see my cursor, but if you look in this cloud, you can see like a little, like a person writing something in this cloud. And 2 stars in the sky. Oh my god. Do not tell me. Alright, let me see. It said, I was driven to create this film because of 2 reasons. Firstly, I grew up with classics, Disney, and Studio Ghibli animations. I have been a huge fan ever since. Visually, The Brightest Star is like a love letter to my childhood. I am not as solid as a traditional animator as them, though, so I developed this interesting technique to combine 3D and 2D. I did notice that. The 3D style of the character mixed with the 2D, like, sketch marks of, creating a character, which is like that crayon style, pencil style sketching, when you're drawing. That was really, really nice. And then I love, and that's what I was mentioning, the environment. They definitely played a big part on the Studio Ghibli style with environment, because Studio Ghibli is very well known for like its scenic scenes for all the movies. Like Spirited Away, and then what's another one? My Neighborhood Totoro. Very like that greeny, vibrant reds and the grass blowing in the wind. Everything looks so fluffy and so nice. Definitely you can see a lot of that in this animation. And Disney, I can see as well. It reminded me of Bug's Life with that bug tapping her. I had that in my head. I was like, oh wow, this is very much like Bug's Life. Okay, in a way that would feel like classic animation. You definitely did that, Tom Sowell. You definitely did that. It also plays a tribute to Finnish folklore and nature by drawing inspirations from them. The second reason is that I needed to process the difficult emotions dealing with the loss of a loved one. Oh, I understand. The question, what happens after we die, is a scary one. It may be comforting to imagine that we won't have to face it alone. That's why there was that creature in the well. The girl did pass, but she had a companion, so she wasn't like scared. She fell in the hole. The companion healed her, and the companion also showed her like the world. Even though her parents are looking for her, and unfortunately that was the result that she did pass, she still had someone by her side to guide her to heaven, an alternate plane, a different dimension, you know. That's great. I love this. This was really good. Amazing. You did that. You did that. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one is called Gaslight. It's made by Gaslight Animations Short, or Gaslight Animated Short. That is the name of the channel. And the warning that it does have, it has drug usage. So that is the warning that they gave. Okay, let's jump right into it. I'm excited. It's that 3D style animation.
Oh, hey babe. Sorry I'm late. It's a situation at the counter is.
Ooh, the
I couldn't step away.
flame.
Well, I was just.
That's okay. Let's just get on with it.
Okay.
Not the tongue. Nasty.
Wait, no. Elle, there's something I've got to tell you. I want to break up with you.
Oh,
What?
It's
Yes.
just, I mean, I've been
Stop
thinking about it for a
smoking
while.
Cigarettes
and,
are not good for you.
I've decided to quit smoking. I don't know. I really need to work on myself. You know, get some breathing room. Elle, are you listening to me? just meant
The
it like...
tango music.
No, I understand. Do what's best for you and
Look at
just
the
ditch me
crying.
here. Great.
No, it's not like that.
What? Am I not hot enough for you?
Elle, no,
I thought we were in this addiction thing together. Unless... Oh my god. Are you cheating on me with a jewel?
What? There's no
Control.
Elle, you can't fix this.
Oh
All
my
we ever had
gosh.
was smoking.
Uh-oh.
Elle, I didn't mean to...
I
I'm
get
gonna
it.
set the trash
You
on
think
fire.
I'm trash?
Whoa, Elle, let's just take a
You know,
breath.
maybe all I can do is smoke. But I'm damn good at it.
Oh, no.
It's funny.
I'm just a dumb little lighter.
Uh-oh.
Oops, is this flammable?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't mean what I
guess
said.
my head is just
Not the
so
gas.
full of smoke sometimes.
Oh, crap.
They created a makeshift explosive with the...
Oh,
Oh my god.
mother.
Now you have to try every key. About to blow up the gas station.
Is this what you wanted?
Hey, Elle, just put the nozzle down.
Dang.
Nice and easy. Don't make me do this. Elle!
What? No goodbye kiss?
Damn.
That's what you get for playing with fire. You get burned.
That's crazy.
Some people just can't quit.
Wow. That's actually very creative for shadowing like addiction, but also showing that how much it once you try to stop it, like a lot of times you feel like everything becomes out of control when you try to stop. Or even the worry and the fear of trying to stop something that you know is not good for you, it does create like this chaos. And that was a great way to show that that chaos can happen from just like one simple thing of just like it could just be stopping something, or in this case it's like that it set fire to literally everything flammable. That's so crazy. That was good. I enjoyed that. This one, it's saying in the description, Gaslight is a student CG animated short comedy about a messy breakup between a smoker Ryan and his girlfriend, a lighter named Elle. Unfortunately, for Ryan, Elle does not take heartbreak well, and Ryan must do all he can to keep his relationship from ending in literal flames. That was great. I enjoyed that. It was made by Mild K and Christine Y, and some voice acting as well as sound design and music. Great. Love that. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Alright, so the next one is Thief, an animated short film. It doesn't have any description, but it's made by Skeptic Boy. So let's see what it is about. Okay, this is like 2D. Bit of 2D, I think. Yeah. No. Warning. I don't know. website, it's probably pretty graphic, so I would say a warning now for any graphic. And trigger warning because of some things that it was implying. Oh, Red Riding Hood. That was literally a short film. That was literally a short film. Okay. Definitely up for, I guess, your interpretation with that one, but it looked like Red Riding Hood was saving probably individuals that were wrongly accused, is what I'm assuming by that. Okay. That was good, Skeptic Boy. It was literally a 1-minute film. Okay, so let's go to the next one. I should actually talk about this one. This one is Fueled, animated short film made by Killed the Cat Production. Fueled tells the story of a housewife on the path of revenge for her late husband. Okay. No! Why did a pepperoni hurt a kitty? Have no money for gas. Oh, definitely a K-pop. A K-pop drama caught for I fell. Love story. Oh no. The tail is a little raggedy. It has a little bite mark out of the ear. The gas girl. Oh no. so in like, oh no, yes, girl, you look a little crazy, like the guy. Your head's bleeding. Want you to do all that. Yeah, not worth it. You already did like so much damage with the gas station.
What's your emergency? Hello? 911. Help?
Yeah. Oh boy. I wonder why the dog attacked the cat. Wonder what the story was about that. Or was it just like out of just random rage and like I guess the whole thing about like dogs don't like cats and cats don't like dogs or something of that nature. Wow, that was really good. It like I got fully absorbed into the film. Yeah, the animation was great. The way that it told a story, and I like a lot of these short films. I don't know if it is like part of how to make a short film or something of that nature of why there's like no real, I guess, dialogue in each scene besides the fact that like the music tells a story. The story itself tells you what it's going to be about without words needing to describe it. I do really enjoy that aspect because it is tends to be up to your own interpretation of the film itself. Um, but yeah, that was really good. That was sad. I kind of wish I knew a little bit more about like why what the reason was behind the dog um hurting the cat. Um and you know, we can tell the with the girl kitty, obviously her actions were mostly based off of the fact that she lost her husband to just a random situation. And a lot of the times when it comes into like true crime in that realm, a lot of cases go unsolved because they just don't have enough like either information to solve the case, or it just does not have the appropriate amount of eyes on it to make it known and bring justice to it. So the girl cat in this situation is probably the same, where the case just does not have what it needs to be solved, and there's not a lot of people that are wanting to solve it. So that's why the girl cat is trying to solve the crime herself, but in actuality, she's driving herself crazy, and she's looking just as crazy as the dog looked when the dog did what it did to to the male cat. Wow. Yeah, that was good. Very sad. I wish I had a little bit more detail. But overall it was really good. I did enjoy that. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one is called Siblings, made by Kenneth Garcia. It says, stuck at home during a rainy day, the oldest of two siblings provoke an argument that makes her face the circumstances of her own upbringing. Interesting. Okay. The oldest of two siblings. Okay, so she goes home and the two siblings are younger. Got it. Also, love this style too. It's that fluffy children book style of art, where the outline is not like that black outline when it comes to like the hair. The outline of details is like a lighter color of. Oh my god, that kid looked like Steven Universe, so cute. The detail of like the line is coming from the skin tone. It's like a what's it called? In Procreate, it's called oh my god. There's a specific word for it. When I remember it, I will put the word in the VOD for it to show what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's like it's like a shadowing in a way. It's like a type of filter that you can use when it comes to the line art, so you don't have to use like a black line to define the features of like the ear or the eye socket or the hands, the fingers. Oh, I like how the parents have like a different filter on them, and they look different compared to the kids. Hurting each other, but they don't mean to hurt each other. Oh no, the fish did die. I just realized what had happened. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, hug it out. Oh my gosh, I remember story time. When I was younger, in the first, it had to be the first or second grade, we had a fish. We had a fish tank in our house, and we had two goldfish in there. One name was Charlie, the other name was Snoopy. Charlie was a big goldfish. He got super big for no reason. He was just so big, because usually goldfish, they stay like small. but for some reason, he decided he wanted to be ginormous. So Charlie and Snoopy was smaller, even though they were both goldfish. So it was very weird that Charlie ended up being bigger than Snoopy. Snoopy was white with an orange spot on his back, and Charlie was just orange. So one day, my brother and I were in the living room, and we just so happened to look over at the fish tank, and Snoopy, rest his soul, Snoopy was no longer with us, because Charlie was a bully. Charlie was a big bully. You put food in the fish tank, Charlie's gonna eat all the food before any of the fishes get anything to eat. He was just so big, and greedy. And we could not have any new fishes in the fish tank because Charlie would either eat the small fish or he would like smack them around and they would be like dead the next day. It was very, very sad. I don't even know why he was mean like that. My dad had bought home another fish, and it was one of those they were like small fishes, but they had like the big boba eyes. And we put him in the tank, we turn around, and then we look back, and the fish's eye is gone. Like, one of the eyes is just gone. It is at the bottom of the tank. And my brother and I were like, why is he such a bully? Why did he slap the new fish? So the fish eye was in the bottom of the tank. It was still surviving and like swimming and all that stuff normally, but it just did not have an eye anymore. So my dad ended up taking the fish back to the pet store and everything. But Snoopy had passed away one morning, and my brother and I were like, okay, well, we gotta hold a funeral for Snoopy. So we took Snoopy out of the fish tank, and we put him in like, I think, a bowl with some water. And we went to the toilet, and we were like, we said our speech for Snoopy. And then we flushed him down the toilet. But that scene reminded me of me and my brother. Because my brother and I, when we were younger, until about like high school, we fought all the time. Like, literally every day we were fighting. And it wasn't anything like serious. It was all just like little stuff. Like, I'm sitting at the breakfast table, and when I was younger, I was very, very grouchy in the morning. And my brother would be sitting across from me, and I don't know why, but like a part of me was just like, I don't want to see his face in the morning. So every morning when we sat at the table, bless my mom's soul, she had to put the cereal boxes in between my brother and I, so we could not see each other. If we saw each other, we would be like bucking at each other, like, do something, do something. At like 7 a.m., my mom is like, what are you guys doing? Just eat your damn cereal and get on the bus. But yeah, this reminded me of like my brother and I used to fight all the time for no reason. We were just fighting. And then this scene of them saying goodbye to their fish reminded me of the time when my brother and I had to say goodbye to our fish because our other fish bullied it and slapped it around and it passed away. So sad, so sad. Siblings. Yeah, that was good. That was good. That's a 10 out of 10 for me. It brought back a nostalgic memory that I was able to share with y'all. Love that. That was very good. Directed it during his last year at Art Center College of Design. Good job, Kent Baird. You did that. You did that thing. All right, on to the next. We're almost done. This one is called Wings, animated short film by Goth Frog. It says, in this story of kindness, friendship, and the fear of being left behind, a friendship takes flight as a mouse that wants to fly and an injured bird cross paths. Alrighty. Oh, this is great. I love this art style already. The reason why I love it, it reminds me of Franklin and oh my god, Little Bear. I think it was Little Bear on Nickelodeon. It's that like very clean, the details, like the watercolor in the art, the line work is very like calligraphy pen. Oh my gosh, yes, I just love it. It just reminds me of watching those cartoons as a child, Franklin and Little Bear. So cute. You can do it. Your ears are so big. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love that sound effect. Oh no. Shelter quickly. Oh yeah, the bird probably looks huge. Oh no. Just asking for help. You pig with the house. Wow, such a cute house. Oh no, must hurt a lot. So sad. How did you wrap that? How did you wrap that with that one cloth? I'll read you a story. Cute. Almost can fly. Gonna be sad because he always wants to fly, but he can't fly. And his friend is gonna go. Dang, spring has come so fast. You can do it. Wow, look at you soar. be sad. Make sure you visit. Make sure you visit your friend. Oh. Oh my god. It's your time. It's your time to fly. I wonder if animals actually, in real life, befriend each other. Oh, Casey! You did that, Casey! That was so cute! And the music, yes, music was amazing. Wow! I love that. That was adorable. That was adorable. Oh, the special thanks! 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I love it. I love it. And it says, clean up and coloring myself. Okay, nice. Background painted and animated. Oh, I wonder if it was, no, it probably was digitally painted, but either way, that was really great. I love that. Oh, that was so nostalgic. Okay, next one and final one. It's called Resilience, right? Resilience. Is about a ravaged nature finding its strength and gradually recovering alongside the vibrant resurgence of life. It is by Uni Choi. Oh, trigger warning, there are gunshots and looks like some blood, so it's kind of late, but you're warned now. Not the ducks in the scene. And mom's like, get down from there. Look at the cat. Oh my god, the purring. Uh oh. Not the hyenas! Yuck! The hyenas from Simba! From Lion King! Oh, no! You nasty! Oh, everybody's finding a home in the... Oh. Oh my god! The Jungle Book? Or... Not the Jungle Book. That looks like, the raccoon from Pocahontas. And that looks like the kid from the Jungle Book. Wait, what is the inspiration about this? Besides the fact that it's like nature finding a strength and gradually recovering alongside the resurgence of life. Okay, so before with the army people, that was during a wartime. So that was definitely like present day. And then the body was decomposing as it does naturally. And in that realm of decomposition, you see it go through different phases. So this one is still industrial. There's some water. Still industrial, but you see the decomposition of the body. This rainfall that it had so much water, rainfall, that it created like a little river. That's why the ducks were swimming in it. And because of the water, so much water over time, it ended up fertilizing the environment, which then trees and greenery grew around the rumble of like the buildings, the old electrical wires. The body's still here, still has the metal and all that stuff. Because realistically, it's just the skull and whatever is left over is what is decomposing. And that's why you see this little wildlife of a kitty, super cute, who finds shelter and a sense of like, it was curious, it was scared at first, but then it became curious of the body. And then it starts snuggling up to the body and finding comfort within it. So it had like a warm, safe space to sleep at. And having this warm, safe space, it kind of let its guard down. But when it let its guard down, that's when the hyenas came, which do remind me of Lion King, because they do look like them. This is Simba. And this camera here is from this realm of technology. So this present day, that the camera probably came off of the army person's body. Maybe it was like a body cam. The hyenas do gnaw at the body because circle of life, they are predators, right? To some, they may be prey, but, they do hunt. So they were just hunting for what they can find, what they can eat. So they ended up, circle of life with that one. So then the body is like disheveled. But I guess it kind of, in a strange way, also fertilized the environment. That's why trees started to grow around the rumble a bit more. Rumble. I keep saying rubble. Rubble. So you got some wildlife, you got some frogs. It became like a forest-like plain with some birds, baby birds. And then you see a squirrel finding a home within the body and using it as a nest. Stores acorns for slumber. Yup, it's sleeping there. And then you see the spider here as well. The spider does appear. I think this is a bird. And it's creating its nest, its web, to snuggle in, to capture bugs, all that stuff. It's still creating its nest. Then you see the owls. The owls are there. The squirrel is still there, but the owl has its eyes set on its prey and ends up eating the bug, which then knocks over the camera. And then flash forward, and there is a little boy who lives in the forest and has stumbled upon the technology. And you got a little raccoon that also lives in the forest that is probably the friend of the little boy. This raccoon reminds me of Pocahontas. This little boy reminds me of the Jungle Book. and they're looking at the body in their version of present day, which is it's just a forest plain. So yeah, it's like the circle of life basically. When something dies, another thing reborns, and usually I guess in the wild, when something dies, it does help fertilize the plain to be able to present new growth, present a new life, which is the trees and the grass and stuff. This is my analysis of what's going on here. But okay, that was pretty cool. I like that. Thumbs up. I wonder if anybody else says anything about says I love the fact that the camera was a physical object in the world, not just a frame. It added to the everything is in movement, just not at the same speed. Yes. At first I thought it would have been the resilience of the soldier, but as it went on, later I began to realize that it was the resistance of the world and life after conflict. That is a great point of view. Oh, this one's pretty cool. This is the first piece of media that instead of fear of your body never being found after combat, it's comforting rather than scary. That basically implying that even though your body was not found, it still had a purpose. And it was technically found by other things, just not by the human eye. That is a good point of view too. This one says, I like how the collar on the cat implies that by this point in time, there are at least still intelligent human living on Earth that survived whatever war they were in. That is true. I did notice the collar as well. I was like, oh, the collar on the cat, it must be like it either came from a home or the home that it was from is no longer, the people that live there are no longer there, so it still roams the plain and still finds way of survival even without the people that took care of it. That is cool. This one says, even when the soldier passed, he protected the animals that came to him, and then flowers grew from him, which is amazing. Yes, that is a great point of view of that as well. Yeah, everybody had really good point of views of this one. Nice. Okay, so that is all for today's reactions. I hope you guys enjoyed all of these amazing animated short films. And then also the beginning one by Game Theory about the game Stray. And I will have all of these amazing short films linked below in the description box. And I hope you guys check them out for yourselves and have your own interpretation of the short film as well. I will see you guys next time for the next round of animated short films. Let's go! I'm so excited. These reactions are amazing. They're super fun. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!